Sierra Milliman here. I have 10 toy books that some I found in the library and a couple I have from my son's library. So basically, I've kind of ordered them in kind of youngest to oldest range. I know when I was looking for books at the library, I found a ton of toy books for the younger kids, and then trying to find the ages up what became a little bit more difficult. And so first we have Peek-a-Who by Nina Layden. And what this book does is it's a peekaboo book. So Peek-a-Who, Peek-A, and then a lot of them would have to guess what animal would come next. Like my son loves cows and he knows what the cow print is, so he would already be mooing. Peek-a-moo. Pika. For me, this one looked like germs, so I don't know if that's just because it was flu season, but I turned the page, Peek-a-boo, and it just continues on like that the entire time. And they all rhyme with who. So we got like choo choo, boo, the whole 9 yards, and then the end, it's Peek-a-you. So that one is a pretty simple, basic book, definitely for babies, toddlers. My 2-year-old loves this one. So that would have a lot to do with learning animal sounds, and rhyming is another part of it. So they would both definitely help with cognitive, with the rhyming and language, and the rhyming would go with language, and then the cognitive with the animal sounds would help out as well. Alright, moving on. We have a book called Where's My Hug by Sally Clark. And this one also has to deal with a lot of rhyming, and which I feel like a lot of children's books do. But Where's My Hug? Under the rug, and then it is a flap to open. It says, just the floor, not much more. And it continues on and has the mother looking for the hug. She looks behind the chair, and it keeps going, and the little kid is hiding back here. And towards the end is that where I'll find a hug that's all mine, and the mom finds the hug. So this would also have to do with the social aspect and just toddlers giving hugs and showing the social aspect of the love and the personality, kind of a mixture in between there, and showing their emotions with the personality. And again, with the language, with the rhyming, and it's fun. My son also love this book, but he loves every book. And with the flaps, which I love Lift the Flap books. I have a love-hate relationship with Lift the Flap books, because I love them because they are so interactive and children love them. But then I hate them at the same time because they are so easy to rip. I have had so many Lift the Flap books destroyed, I feel like, just because they get worn out and then they're easy to tear. Alright, so next we have my son's Easter book. And it's I Love You, Honey Bunny. And this one is a toy book because of the ears. They are bunny ears, and they're adorable, and they match up with the book to make the picture. And this has to do with a lot of personality, I would go with, because you're sweeter than the honeybee, and you fill the world with love, and you're amazing to me. And I love the way you hop, skip, and jump up and down. So this book has a lot of the I guess it would be more social with the love, because it's basically saying how you're my honey bunny and I love you. But yes, it has the ears. Now, this next one, oh, sorry, and that was written by Sandra Magsamen. It's written where I can't tell if that's a G or a Y. So it may be Maysamen. Alright, next we have The Hidden Alphabet by Laura Seeger. And when I found this one at the library, I thought it was so cool. Because what it does is, it is another Lift the Flap book. And I'll show you. But it's, as you can see, we're getting more of the upper age. And it has like Arrowhead. And then, oh, it doesn't go with the next page. You lift it, and there's letter A. So, this one is great for letter recognition. Has a huge one that this one is for. I've actually thought about using this for next week too. And then it goes about, and then B, balloons, and it has different pictures. Cloud, C, and I thought this was really cool because it has the pictures hidden, and you lift it up, and there it is. There's tape on that page. And that one again was The Hidden Alphabet by Laura Seeger. It is very cool. Next, we have a book that I believe would be loved by the first grade-ish level. Excuse me. Oh, you're fine. She decides she has to be in everything. And it's called A Muddle and Match, and it's a mix and match book. So that's what makes this one a toy book. And I love this one because you can make up your own stories, kind of, in a way. I have to remember who this is by. It's part of a series, so it's hard to find the author on it. But I believe it would be Kane Miller with EDC Publishing. But there is actually part of a series, and at my library it's Muddle and Match and Muddle and something else is part of the series. But what it does is it has the princess and it goes with the words. But then as you flip it, you can flip either the first part, the second part, or the end. And it will change the story up. So, I mean, you can put the head and the legs and everything completely different. So, I mean, there is so many pages to this book, and there's so many options to make this a toy book. Bella, like this page I just randomly made up. Bella, the brilliant bubbly ballerina, flaps her fabulous fairy wings to save the world from suspicious spaceships. And it makes the picture different each time you flip the flap. So it's really cool. And then each of these rhyme. So, like the purple is all about S's. So this book is also really good for language because it has all the S's and so much alliteration when you match the correct ones. And, I mean, it has alliteration no matter what with the different sections, but you turn page and then there it goes to E's. So this book is really cool. Again, I can see first grade girls absolutely going crazy over this book, or maybe even second grade. Now, this next one is a look and find book, and when we came up with toy books, I remembered the I See books that I used to love in elementary school, and we used those, goodness, so much. I read those up until 5th grade, and at least. This one is Winnie the Pooh, and it's a Tigger version. But basically what it is, I'm trying to see who, written by Lynn Seuss and Deborah Upton. And basically it's the exact thing. You have a huge picture, and you got to find Pooh and a jump rope, Piglet, Eeyore's tail, a butterfly, Al, and Kanga. And, I mean, Al's down here in this corner. I found him. And that's basically how it goes. Then you find the different constellations, and different constellations called, like, Star Pooh Bear. And along with them are little stories. So it's like Tigger and his friends love to stargaze. The night sky is loaded with so much to see. Stars, planets, fireflies, and other silly space stuff. Sometimes they even imagine funny things. Look up in the sky with Tigger, Pooh, Piglet, Roo, and Eeyore to find these starry shapes. So, that one is all cool. In the next one, it has different fruits and vegetables. So this one would be good for the cognitive with learning different subjects, like fruits and then stars, and because this one has like butternut squash, zucchini squash, and then it has some silly ones like summer squash and carnival squash. So just kind of different subjects, and then like great grandma and aunts and uncles and different ways. So that could be how it could be cognitive. Let's see. That was Winnie the Pooh by Tigger. Now we have First the Egg. This is another one that I thought was pretty cute. This one was in my toddler section of the library, but reading it, it went with toddler, but it also showed development with like the egg turning into the chicken and the tadpole turning into the frog. So what it does is First the Egg by, again, Laura Seeger. I'm liking a lot of her books. So we have first the egg, then the chicken, and it flaps to where the colors go. So first the tadpole. Their tadpole actually has little eyes, but in the camera it looks really weird. And then you flip it over, and then the frog. And then on this one it showed a little transition part, and I think on the last one it did too, but it was more of just the egg breaking. Yeah, the little baby chicken. So I thought this was awesome because it showed how things grow and what they start out with and what they turn into, which I found pretty awesome. So, First the Egg, Laura Seeger. Now we have Press Here by Henry Tollett. And this book is definitely an interactive book, and I love it. It is hilarious because you can follow along. All right, ready? Press here and turn the page. Great. Now press the yellow dot again. And it just keeps going on again. Like that. And I mean, we have where you turn the book to the right, and the dots all go the other side, and it's definitely an interactive toy. That's why I considered it a toy book, because it doesn't have any of the flaps or the fail to touch or any of that cool stuff, but it's very interactive, and this could definitely entertain elementary school kids very easily. I know several who would love this. Again, that's Press Here by Henry Tollett, and that it's kind of basic in the words. So when it comes to like personality, social, language, or cognitive, it's not huge in that aspect, I guess, but it does help with like following directions. That is a huge part. So that would be kind of social with following directions. And also with the colors, cognitive. So it is awesome. And if you haven't read this book, check it out. Now we have Faces of the Moon. And by Creelan Evans. Yeah. So even before we get into the book, it is a flip to show. And Faces of the Moon, and it explains all the different moon phases. And when we get to more of this page, it has different tabs. So different tabs, and then it explains the moon, and it just keeps going on with the cycles of the moon. It has them getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and just keeps going. I'm trying to get the last page. And then it turns into smaller too. So it's really cool. I like this book. And again, that was by Creelan Evans. And this one, of course, is super cognitive. It explains the phases of the moon and explains all about the moon. So for that one, I felt like we were getting into more of the upper elementary school, and maybe even kind of middle school level, but not quite. And again, it was really hard to find books that would work for 8th grade level. So I was just trying to shoot towards the top. But this next one is, I feel like, hit the 8th grade level. And it is Glow in the Dark Constellations by C.E. Thompson. And so this book is cool. It actually gives instructions on how to work it. You're needy. And it explains all the different constellations and what is a constellation, what is a star. But how to use this book. In each of the sky pictures on the following pages, one constellation is printed in a special glow-in-the-dark ink. Look at the diagram of the constellation. Can you find that constellation in the starry sky of the picture? And then, to see if you're correct, hold the picture under a bright light. Then, take this book into a dark room. The stars of the constellation will glow so that you can see what the constellation looks like and where it is in the night sky. And then directions at the bottom of each page will help you find the constellation when you are ready to go outside and look for it. So not only does this book help them find the constellation in the book, but if I am reading that right, it will also give instructions on how to go outside and find the constellation at night. And, I mean, it's cool. And then I wish I had a way to show you the glow in the dark, but I don't think it will show up if I turn off all the lights. So basically, you have to help find it, and then it will glow whenever you turn all the lights off. So, and it gives a ton of information about the constellation. So I thought that book was really cool and definitely helps the cognitive with constellations and help learn about them and It's very interactive and definitely a toy book with the glow-in-the-dark versions and the interaction with going outside to try to find it. So, that one was the upper level. So I will post the names of the book and the author. So the title and the author I will put in the description. So if you see one that you are interested in, it will be in the description so that you can go find it. And I believe that would be the conclusion. She insists to be part of the presentation. That would be the conclusion of the 10 toy books, and I hope you all enjoyed them. Thank you.